America's Broadcasting Company wishes you a Happy New Year.
There is nothing wrong with your television set. We are controlling transmission.
We hope you've enjoyed the journey and remind you that the best is yet to come.
Live from around the world, a celebration of the millennium. This is ABC 2000. With Peter Jennings at ABC 2000 headquarters in Times Square, Barbara Walters in Paris, Diane Sawyer in New York, Charles Gibson in London, Cokie Roberts in Rome, Elizabeth Vargas in Sydney, Connie Chung in Las Vegas, Deborah Roberts in Orlando, Jack Ford in Times Square, Carol Simpson in Chicago, and Sam Donaldson at the Y2K Command Center in Washington. With our correspondents spanning the globe in Shanghai, Bombay, Bethlehem, Moscow, Havana, Rio de Janeiro, and across the U.S., reports from Miami, New Orleans, Tucson, Los Angeles, San Francisco, and in New York.
From ABC News, this is Nightline. Substituting for Ted Koppel and reporting from Washington, Chris Bury.
From ABC News, around the world and into your home. This is 2020 with Barbara Walters and John Stossel's column, Give Me a Break. And now, from Times Square in New York, Barbara Walters.
Good evening, and welcome to 2020. Forgive my slight laryngitis.
2020, the winner of over 350 awards for excellence in broadcast journalism, now always on abcnews.com. For more on the stories, interactive features, and live chats, go to 2020.abcnews.com.
From ABC News World Headquarters in New York, this is World News Tonight with Peter Jennings.
Good evening, everyone. We begin tonight witnesses to a disaster.
This has been a presentation of ABC News. More Americans get their news from ABC News than from any other source.
World News this morning.
Oh, the computer.
I don't know where the balcony is. Robotic cameras and camera up there. Lights and cameras, these are all robotic. Somebody just sits here and presses them.
Yeah. Yeah.
This is one of the things that you'll see. Yeah. So he has to take all those commercials, put them all on one reel, then this reel will go, so they'll call us and say, okay, we have Millionaire ready for you, and they'll go all the way back out to him. Now he's going to insert the commercial, and then it goes in. That's the commercial reel down there, so it's put in these two machines. The show is done live upstairs. They roll the commercials in from here, right out to the air.
She looks like a young
minute back. 1 minute.
He smiles.
These 50th anniversary people over. They don't even allow that. Well, you're supposed to take them up to lunch.
This is ABC News Nightline. Reporting from Washington, Ted Koppel.
Good evening. This is a new broadcast in the sense that it is permanent and will continue after the Iran crisis is over. There will also be nights when Iran is not the major story. And we'll bring you briefly up to date on Iran, but we'll focus on some other story. That's not the case tonight.
I'm Ted Koppel, and we at Nightline just passed our 20th anniversary. We used to think we were pretty hot stuff back in 1980 when we hooked up guests from different cities around the world via satellite. That was just before CNN was born, and the concept was so new that we were actually able to convince people to talk to one another who, under normal circumstances, never would. Israelis and Palestinians, Irish Catholics and Protestants, Iranians and Iraqis at a time when their two nations were at war with one another. We did one program live from the foot of Mount Everest, not because we had anything particularly interesting to say, but just because we could, and because it had never been done before. That's the way it always is when a new communications technology is born. It has an excitement all its own, but it takes a while before those of us using it learn how to make it work for us. That's pretty much where those of us who've worked in broadcast television most of our lives are today when it comes to the Internet.